Right now, a suspected hate crime in Madison after someone breaks into a restaurant and vandalizes it. How you can help police in their investigation. Plus, more overnight stays are being recorded at Madison's temporary men's shelters. How they're faring this holiday season. And some winter storms are holding up holiday travel as flyers look to return home after Christmas. Which parts of the country are getting the worst of it? It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. New tonight, Madison police say a possible hate crime was committed after someone broke into a downtown restaurant overnight. Police say someone entered Dubai Mediterranean restaurant on State Street just after 1:30 in the morning. It was vandalized with graffiti that police say is Islamophobic. Police are investigating. Anyone with information on this break-in is asked to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers. That number right there on your screen, area code 608-266-6014. And in Janesville, one person taken into custody after police investigated a bomb threat made against Blaine's Farm and Fleet earlier tonight. It's unclear how the threat was received. Police have since cleared the store and the parking lot as well. Well, our winter in southern Wisconsin continues to be uneventful, at least compared to what we're used to this time of the year. We did get some much needed rain overnight and earlier today, but what does the rest of the week look like? Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti now with the answers in his first warn forecast. Gary?
Well, the easy answer is that temperatures will be back colder than they were over the Christmas holiday. It couldn't get much warmer than that, but still they'll be above normal into the start of the new year. As we look at the time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam, we had some showers early this morning. Then it was just cloudy for much of the day today. Temperatures actually cooled off pretty quickly into the 30s and then just stayed there for much of the day. High resolution radar, a few flurries right now north of Lone Rock over toward Baraboo, westward toward Richland Center and up toward La Crosse. Those are lifting to the north. Most of those should be gone in the next couple of hours as skies start to clear out. High temperatures today, early this morning. Madison hit 51, but notice Platteville, their high was 35. And that's because the cold air arrived there just before midnight, where here in Madison it arrived just after midnight. Look where temperatures are now. We're at our low for the day in Madison, 33 degrees. Janesville, 34. These temperatures have held nearly steady for much of the day. Here in Dane County, it's 35 degrees. Right now in Mount Horeb, 33 in Deerfield, and 32 in Sun Prairie. Not much of a breeze out there, so there's really not much in the way of wind chills, generally in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees. Look for skies to become partly cloudy overnight. It'll be a little colder, low temperature dropping to 29 degrees. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast. It does include some rain and snow as we head into Thursday, but for the most part, temperatures will stay mild, at least into the start of the new year.
Gary, thank you. In the past year, changes at Madison Men's temporary shelter have included switching its hours of operations to a change in physical location. The Zaire Road location has been the shelter's home for a little over a year now. This winter, it's seen higher numbers of individuals seeking help, an average of 250 to 300 people a night. This despite a lack of severe weather compared to what we're used to. Those numbers have put a strain on the shelter after seeing less aid and donations.
Next year, we're trying to look for donations to support us because we do have a deficit in the shelter budget, and with these increasing numbers and lessening capability of getting federal, county, city grants, we rely on our community to support us and support these people.
Plans are in the works for a permanent men's shelter expected to be built and completed by the fall of 2025. It'll be located on Bartolon Drive near the airport near Madison College. A man was sent to the hospital last night after being hit by a car on Madison's south side. Police say a pedestrian was hit at West Badger Road just off Fish Hatchery Road before 9 p.m. They're being treated for serious injuries. The driver of the car remained on scene and is said to be cooperating with investigators. No charges have been filed as of tonight. Madison police are also investigating an attempted armed carjacking from late last night. Happened about 10:15 on Sponham Avenue, a few blocks from Buckeye at Stoughton Roads. Police say a group of at least 3 flashed a gun but were unsuccessful in stealing the car and drove off in another vehicle. No injuries were reported from the person who was targeted. Tragedy on Chicago's south side this morning. A 5-year-old girl died in an apartment fire in the Englewood neighborhood. An ambulance crew was driving by when they noticed smoke coming from inside the top floor of this apartment building. The windows were blown out from the fire. When firefighters responded, they found the girl's body on a bed. She was pronounced dead at the scene.
Even the guys that responded, just looking in their eyes, coming out, knowing that they couldn't get there in time. We've got a lot of guys who have children at home. And, you're thinking about just spending Christmas with your family and then show up to work this morning and just, knowing that this family has just lost a child, it's just kind of rough.
Well, a man home at the time had tried to rescue the girl. He's currently in the hospital with non-life-threatening burns. An infant and a 6-year-old were also home at the time of the fire. They are expected to be okay. According to fire investigators, the cause was likely due to careless use of smoking materials. The after-Christmas rush to get home looks far better than last year when travelers coped with thousands of flight cancellations. But a winter storm is complicating travel in some parts of the plains. Wendy Gillette reports on what some travelers are facing.
A wicked winter storm brought high winds and a white Christmas to much of Nebraska, western South Dakota, and parts of Colorado, where a section of Interstate 70 from Denver to the Kansas state line was shut down for hours. Blizzard warnings and winter weather alerts are in effect in 9 states. Heavy ice brought down a tree in Moorhead, Minnesota.
It broke our fence.
Elsewhere, the roads were clear but filled with traffic at Los Angeles International Airport. AAA predicts 104 million Americans will hit the road this holiday season, and the TSA forecasts it will screen 39 million Americans.
It's just a lot.
Atlanta's airport was packed with passengers. Security lines extended into the baggage area.
Definitely have to get here early for Atlanta.
Most tried to stay patient.
Everybody's having that same kind of stress. And it doesn't make it any better when you're like freaking out because you're still in a line.
There were some small issues in and out of Philadelphia's airport.
Our flight actually got delayed.
Thick fog in Massachusetts brought delays and flight diversions to Boston's Logan Airport. And Southwest was recovering after canceling and delaying thousands of flights over the holiday weekend. But most travelers reported few problems.
It's just crowded, but hey, you got some beautiful people here. Everybody's smiling and everything like that.
The holiday spirit still working its magic. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
So did you head to the store today to make any returns or exchanges on gifts? You certainly weren't alone. According to the National Retail Federation, 17.6% of merchandise purchased online is later returned, as well as a little more than 10% of in-store purchases. Those percentages may not sound like much, but it ends up being millions of dollars traded back in returns, with each store enforcing a different return policy. Shoppers at Westtown Mall in Madison knew they had a long day ahead.
I was about to make a return at Sephora, but the line is unfortunately like 30 minutes long, so I don't really want to come back here. It's so hectic, like lots of people and stuff like that.
The line's too long, so we're moving on.
In an attempt to lessen return fraud, retailers like Amazon and Macy's are shortening their return windows and even charging customers for mailing items back. With Christmas behind us, your tree will soon be taking up space on the street curb for pickup, and Madison Streets Division is sharing the details on 2 rounds of curbside Christmas tree collection for the next month. The first round a week from today, Tuesday, January 2nd, and then a second and final round will be on Tuesday, January 16th, after the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Remove everything, they say, from your tree. Have it on the edge of the street by your home at 6:30 in the morning on January 2nd or the 16th. These are your only 2 chances until the start of regular brush collection in the springtime. In a year full of news, a handful of stories rose above the rest. We're taking a look at some of the top stories at channel3000.com over the past 12 months. Here's our digital content manager, James Langer.
There were a number of stories that received a lot of attention on channel3000.com in 2023, but these are the ones you helped make the most viewed of the year. In January, local principal Beth Steffen was hit and killed while trying to cross South Saline Road in Fitchburg.
I went through some really horrific things, and just knowing that she was there to listen to me is what kept me here.
That section of road had been slated for redesign to make it safer, but the project had been delayed. It's now slated for construction in 2024. In April, Madison police made an arrest in a series of incidents last summer that saw a cord stretched across a bridge on the Badger State Trail near Allied Drive, injuring at least 1 biker. Police said they were able to match the DNA to someone living in the area. The man later reached a plea deal with prosecutors, pleading guilty to 2 felony counts of second-degree recklessly endangering safety. He has a sentencing hearing scheduled for January. In May, a cross-country and track coach at Janesville Craig High School was arrested after a recording device was found inside the girls' locker room.
Not knowing if it was isolated to a certain few students or if my daughter could have possibly been in any of these videos changing in the locker room, it's just a privacy thing. It's very uncomfortable.
The investigation into Brian Kitzman went on for months, ultimately ending with Kitzman facing a total of 19 charges. He pleaded guilty to all 19 counts last week. His sentencing is scheduled for May. In early September, a UW-Madison student was brutally assaulted in downtown Madison. Responding officers called it one of the most horrifying things they had ever seen. The suspect, Brandon Thompson, was arrested a few days later, telling police he went into a rage that night and that the victim, quote, came across a monster.
Her life is forever changed. Her family's life is forever changed.
Thompson's next court appearance is scheduled for February before a possible trial. And on Labor Day, a pier collapse at Memorial Union sent dozens of people into the water.
Nobody knew what to do. Nobody knew what was happening at first either. Like, nobody expected something like that to occur.
A video of the collapse posted on Channel 3000's TikTok account has been viewed nearly 20,000 times. Officials estimated between 60 and 80 people were on the pier at the time of the collapse, and more than 20 people were hurt. Luckily, nobody was seriously injured. We also launched a new mobile app this year. You can download it for free in your app store to make sure you don't miss any of the top stories of 2024. For News 3 Now and Channel3000.com, I'm James Langer.
And more local stories are ahead at 10. Christmas was even merrier for two lottery players who bought winning tickets at Southern Wisconsin Quick Trip stores. Just how much money they won.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10. Winner of the Best Evening Newscast by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Recharge from the holidays with a new Toyota at Toyotathon.
I have got a truckload of new Toyotas out front.
Check them out.
Something I said?
Yes.
Get 3.99% APR plus $1,000 cash back on Tacoma when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
This time of year, we gather, we celebrate, and we remember the things that matter most. For us, that's you. And you are why we do what we do. Each and every one of you are wonderful, amazing people. So we'll treat you that way on your journey of trusted care, because the way you feel matters. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Hurry in, America. It's time to visit your Ford dealer for the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology and flexibility for any season. It's your last chance to get special offers on our great selection of Ford vehicles. Only during the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford F-150 and get 2.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $2,500 FlexBuy cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
The holidays are winding down.
Coming through.
Time to recharge with a new Toyota during the final days of Toyotathon.
Get $1,000 cash back on your favorite models when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story.
Don't let nobody hold you down.
And like people think y'all look alike.
You can be our son.
I love Jennifer. Jennifer Hudson, weekdays at 3 on WISC-TV. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Christmas was even merrier for a few Wisconsinites who decided to play the lottery yesterday. The Wisconsin Lottery says a $73,000 Badger 5 jackpot ticket was sold at the Cottage Grove Quick Trip on Landmark Drive. Quick Trip was a good place to play because in the village of Mount Pleasant over in Racine County, a $50,000 jackpot Powerball ticket was sold. Winners have 180 days from the draw date to claim their prize. And while there were some local winners, no one drew the big winning numbers in last night's Powerball jackpot. It's now grown to an estimated $685 million. Tomorrow's drawing is set for 9:59 p.m. local time. And to play, a ticket will only set you back $2. Well, today marked the start of Kwanzaa, the annual African-American cultural celebration. It runs through New Year's Day. The holiday's name comes from a Swahili phrase meaning first fruits, and honors 7 different principles, including creativity. Young people visiting the Children's Museum of Manhattan got to practice creativity today with music and art. They used paper cups, construction paper, fabric, markers, and more to make drums to celebrate the festive holiday. 3-year-old Ellie Mae Gerstein and her father, Dan, got into the Kwanzaa spirit.
We're from a mixed cultural family. My wife's Italian, I'm Jewish, and Ella's African-American. And so we love doing things that kind of, expose her to different cultural heritages. And she didn't really know anything about Kwanzaa before this, so this was a nice introduction.
Kwanzaa dates to 1966. It also celebrates the principles of unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, and faith. The kids are out of school until the new year, so you need some things to entertain them with, but how about taking them to see a new movie? One of them out this week is an underdog sports film from George Clooney about rowing. As David Daniel shares, it's based on an inspiring true story that transcends its sport and its time.
They said we couldn't compete with the richest schools in the nation.
The Washington boat has taken the lead. Washington has done it!
George Clooney directs The Boys in the Boat, based on Daniel James Brown's best-selling book.
Everybody else tires, they just get stronger.
This was a spectacular story, beautifully told. And so, yeah, it's intimidating, obviously.
You're announcing the team today. Are you going to make it?
We rode out of need.
Come on, boys.
The need to stay in school, the need to eat, to sleep.
We got to keep these, right? As long as we stay on the team.
Particularly Joe was just like, well, how do I get money and a roof over my head and a job?
And food.
Food, Yeah. It was all about survival, and then stumbled his way into kind of this path that led him to all sorts of amazing achievements.
The boys, that boat, that's all I got.
Star Callum Turner used period music to take him back 90 years.
This Land Is Your Land was something that I would listen to every morning just to get into that, as if going through a gateway back into 1936.
Clooney and his cast found parallels between that era and this one.
A lot of people didn't have any trust in their neighbors and their country and anybody around them. I mean, it's hard to trust. So for them to build that and then really lean on it and sort of ride that all the way home to victory, I mean, yeah, it's a beautiful thing to see.
For the most part, we all get along. We all root for one another. We all want the best for our family, but we also want the best for everybody else. We all want most of the same things. So this is a story about how we need to be together to accomplish things.
Roll for your country. Roll for each other. For all the people who never believed in you. As one.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, it looks pretty good. We have a lot of good movie weather lately the last few days. Maybe a lot of families out there over Christmas, maybe curled up, watched a movie on the couch. And
That's one of them.
We're getting cooler in the days ahead, but it's still above normal.
Yeah, and that just shows you how warm it was for this Christmas. We set a record yesterday for the warmest low temperature for Christmas Day, but while temperatures are cooling down, it's still warm enough that we're not seeing much ice out there. This view from the Wisconsin River in Sauk City, our weather photo for tonight from Ron Berg. Clearly, you can see the Wisconsin River is not ice covered. Send us your pictures to the right through the First Warn Weather and Traffic app and send them directly to us, or you can email them to us at firstwarn@wisc-tv.com. Tonight, a few flurries, mainly north of the Wisconsin River, from just east of Baraboo over toward Richland Center and Gaze Mills, lifting northward toward Viroqua and Austin, but the rest of southern Wisconsin right now, precipitation free. There's actually some clearing that'll start working its way in from the southeast, and that will actually put an end to the flurries and actually clear out our skies overnight. Still continue to see the snow, but it's starting to wind down through the plains where that massive winter storm still has blizzard warnings for parts of Nebraska and eastern Colorado, ice storm warning for parts of North Dakota into South Dakota, and winter weather advisories for much of that area, but those will end by early tomorrow morning. 3 things we need to know in our forecast: still above normal temperatures through the start of the new year. We'll see some showers from late Wednesday night into Thursday and probably Thursday evening, and there could be some snow mixed in, especially Thursday morning, and then after that, temperatures are seasonally cold by the middle part of next week. On future track, you can see this rain-snow mix just kind of working its way back in from the northeast into Thursday morning. Temperatures will be critical for how much is in the form of snow, how much is in the form of rain, but temperatures during the afternoon should be warm enough that even if there is snow on the ground, it should melt pretty quickly. That will continue into Thursday evening and probably be over with shortly after midnight on Thursday night. As far as the rainfall is concerned, latest computer models are showing maybe around a ½ inch of rain across southern Wisconsin. The snow, for the most part, pretty light, less than an inch. There might be some pockets of 1 or 2 inches in the higher elevations of southwestern Wisconsin, but again, with temperatures in the upper 30s to around 40 in the afternoon, most of that will melt. Planning your day for Tuesday, or for Wednesday, losing track of the days here. 29, we start out with partly cloudy skies, up to 32 by 9 a.m. and then by noontime, temperatures will be in the upper 30s. Look for afternoon high temperatures to top out in the lower 40s. As far as planning your day across Dane County, look for a high of 38 in Brooklyn, 41 in Verona, and 40 in Cross Plains. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, Milwaukee topping out at 41, Fond du Lac 39, 39 in Platteville, and 39 for the high in La Crosse. Here in Madison, looking for a high of 41 degrees with partly sunny skies, so another mild day. Average high is 29 degrees, so we're well above that. Rainfall, again, this is mainly from late Wednesday night into Thursday evening, probably around a ½ inch of rain, but snowfall amounts generally less than an inch unless you're in one of the higher elevations out to the west, maybe an inch or 2 there, but most of that will melt. If it doesn't melt Thursday, it'll melt Friday because high temperatures will be around 40 both days, upper 30s for Saturday as well. Maybe a flurry from Saturday night into New Year's Eve Sunday. Midnight temperatures Sunday night probably around 26 degrees or so. Highs lower to middle 30s for much of next week, upper 20s on Thursday. Next chance of flurries by Friday at the end of next week.
And coming up in sports, the Badgers are back on the ice. Why they say they couldn't wait to return to practice. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Save with holiday hot deals. Fresh ground beef, just $2.99 for a 1-pound roll. Jack's Pizza, just $2.49. And avocados, just 49 cents each. Only at Hy-Vee.
Do more together this holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox, the hard-working Chevy Silverado, or the all-new high-tech Chevy Trax. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new Ab EX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is very difficult to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing Ab EX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
Ab EX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck because that overhang you mentioned becomes flat and tight fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now to learn more about Ab EX by Sono Bello. Call 1-888-285-6876 or go to sonobello.com.
Menards carries the supplies you need. Save on a great selection of Rayovac products. Stock up on batteries for devices you use every day. A 48-pack of AA or AAA high-energy batteries is $14.99 each. It's time to get organized with Menards. From garage organization to tool chests and cabinets, Masterforce has all the heavy-duty storage solutions you need. Get this 41-inch tool chest and cabinet combo for $1,299.98.
Save big money at Menards.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Save every day this holiday with Perks prices. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, H Perks price $1.99. Chiquita bananas, H Perks price 39 cents a pound. And Ritz crackers, H Perks price $3.48. Sign up for Hy-Vee Perks today.
After 2 weeks off, the Wisconsin men's hockey team was back on the ice, and you could say the Badgers are looking forward all break to dropping the puck on this week's holiday face-off tournament in Milwaukee. Not to say that they didn't want to see their families and celebrate the holidays. It's just they've been on a roll, winners of 5 straight, and want to keep that momentum going.
You know, we got a little time on our own to hang out with them, and then got back here yesterday, and it's just everyone has a smile on their face because they're just ready to get back at it and get to work. So it's been a blast so far.
It's one thing about hockey players. It's just like hockey coaches. You take a day or two away from the game, and the game starts calling you. And so our guys are excited about starting off in the second half and being able to do it in Milwaukee.
With a handful of guys opting out of the ReliQuest Bowl because they're either leaving for the NFL or transferring, there's going to be a lot of new faces on the field for Wisconsin. And that's part of what makes bowl practices so important. It gives guys more chances to get reps when they normally wouldn't. And Monday it will be a big-time chance against a very good opponent.
Great opportunity for young guys to step up, whether that's special teams or whether that's a bigger role offensively or defensively, and it's against a really good opponent. So to get thrown into the fire, I guess, against a really good team, there's nothing better. You get to go out there and compete. So I'm excited for some of the guys who get more of a shot.
Pro Football Focus is reporting that Wisconsin is expected to hire Kenny Guyton to be the new Badger receivers coach. Guyton, who spent the last 3 years in the same role at Arkansas, is familiar with Luke Fickell. He was the Buckeyes QB when Fickell was coaching at Ohio State. Remember back in November of 2009 when Brett Favre returned to Green Bay for the first time since he left the Packers? Well, depending on how the final 2 games play out, that situation could happen again next season, except this time Aaron Rodgers would be Favre and the Packers would be hosting the Jets. Is it too soon for a return to Titletown? Maybe, but Rodgers is hoping Lambeau is a road trip next year.
I was there in 2009 when Brett came back, and that was, you know, I think there was some cheers for sure. There were some boos as well. There was a lot of energy. It'd be emotional for sure. But yeah, definitely hoping for Lambeau or Soldier Field.
And we're back after this.
Get special offers on the 2024 ES350.
The Planet Fitness, you can still join a gym in 2023 sale. Join the judgment-free zone and get equipment for every workout for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry! Deal ends Friday, December 29th.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
We keep this love in a photograph.
these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
Do more together this holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox, the hard-working Chevy Silverado, or the all-new high-tech Chevy Trax. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
A weekend of cash, cars, and celebration this New Year's Eve at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. On Friday, we're giving away a Buick Envista Avenir. On Saturday, a Porsche Macan. On Sunday, New Year's Eve, have a chance to win multiple cash prizes. Also, 20 participants will win thousands of dollars with an opportunity to win 100 grand. Plus, there will be live music by Cherry Pie and Madison County. It will be a weekend bash this New Year's Eve at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
It's the Planet Fitness You Can Still Join a Gym in 2023 sale. Join the judgment-free zone and get equipment for every workout for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Hurry! Deal ends Friday, December 29th.
Get special offers on select 2024 RX350 all-wheel drive models.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Why are we whispering? Weeknights on CBS.
And Gary rejoins us. One final check of the forecast.
There's a couple of flurries out there, not seeing them on the Edgewater Skycam, but if you look at high-resolution radar, that's why we call it high resolution. You got to look for just the very light precipitation, and there are some flurries from around Reedsburg and Baraboo over toward Richland Center, north of Lone Rock. Most of these will be gone after midnight as skies start to clear out. Temperatures right now right around freezing. Madison just above that. These temperatures will only fall a few more degrees tonight. Here in Dane County, it's 35 degrees in Mount Horeb, 34 in Edgerton, and 32 in Deerfield. And wind chill's really not much of a factor this evening.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10, folks. Have a great Tuesday night.